Nkosi sikelele Afrika, malopakanuso panduayo. Izwa yemetanzo, zo yetu. Oops, Nkosi sekelela. We've got some music, some magic up in here. So glad to be here for another week.
Yes, we are here, Indigenous Peoples Day, coming through to the gates of Chevron. Yes, we are. We did that. Why? Because it's time. It's time. It's Indigenous Peoples Day. On the mic.
We just want them to sign this pledge we got.
Word. Yes, word.
Where they at? Where they at?
climate, what is it called? Climate.
Clean Air Day.
Clean Air Day.
We need everybody to sign this pledge we got.
Word.
Clean Air Day, and we're at Chevron. That's right.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep that behind.
Clean Air Day pledge.
TV wants to sign the pledge. My guy. How's it going? Hey, we're hoping you come and
It's Clean Air Day.
you come and sign our Clean Air Day pledge. You don't believe in pledging to help clean up the environment? You don't want clean air?
Yes, I have to go.
He doesn't want to help clean up the environment.
Why can't you sign it?
Really? It doesn't even cost money. For real, for real. And your fellow over there with the hat on, you guys want to come sign this pledge to clean the air?
That's what's up.
Since this whole place is devoted to poisoning the air a little bit? No? Can we get you guys to help remediate some of the poison you've done to this town? And the people of this town? I can get louder if you want to, if you can't hear.
Come sign the pledge.
Come sign the pledge for clean air. That's what Clean Air Day is all about. Holla. We out here for City Rides. Taking on Chevron. We gotta clean up the air. We want to help clean our environment. Keep our city a healthy and vibrant place. That's what Rich City is all about. Yo, come join us. Hit the website. Clean Air Day, baby. 2021. Where you at? Where you at?
Where we at right now?
Yo, we at Chevron.
We live at the refinery. We want to give everybody a chance to fill out this pledge we got for Clean Air Day.
So I can clean up their act.
But if anybody want to use my inhaler while we're here, I have it in my pocket. Here it is.
We even brought the QR code. It's easy. Not a lot of questions. Everybody is invited.
2 minutes.
It literally takes 2 minutes to fill out.
What was his reason for not signing?
He didn't really have one. He just said he can't. Right.
He said he can't.
And now he's just a security guard. Imagine having CEO. Oh, man.
There's the Chevron refinery. There's the building. There's gate 14. And here we are inside the gate on Redwood Way. Private property, it says we cannot go in there. So we're just trying to see if they're signed the Clean Air Day.
Yeah,
And
all
there-
right.
And there's their offices.
Countries that we have an issue where oftentimes these oil companies go into countries that are been victims of globalization and imperialism, Mexico being one of them. They are not second world countries. They are countries recovering from imperialism and globalization. And they go and take their fossil fuels or oil, extract it from those countries, and profit off of that by processing up here in the States and selling it back to them for sometimes 10 times as much as what they got it from Mexico in the first place. And they do that to other countries throughout Latin America. We see it happening throughout the globe. And that's just another thing that needs to stop. We wouldn't even have this issue if we didn't have to be so dependent on the system built in capitalism.
That's right. Thank you.
That was dope.
This was dope. I'm looking at
I should play that.
the one right there.
He said I can't sign that.
We can pay you every time there's a fire. We leave them now to continue. We took a different turn today. Took a turn to say that we can come through these gates. And now we go back to riding.
I love people. Join us over by the sign.
Guys, you gotta shut the gate.
Sign that pledge. Sign that pledge.
Don't want to sign the pledge to clean the air. How about that? They would rather lock people away than sign a pledge to clean up the environment. This is what you get fucking with Chevron. Yo, check this out. They got white people, they got black people. Look at this is wild. Like, not everybody needs to breathe the air. Yo! Check it.
Sign that pledge. Sign that pledge. Sign that pledge.
Y'all not gonna sign the pledge? We just want y'all to sign the pledge. Y'all can't sign the pledge.
Chevron is signing the pledge. Chevron is closing the doors to signing the pledge.
Yo, that's deep, right?
Closing the door to signing the
Sign the
pledge.
pledge to get some clean air. Look at this shit.
Chevron is closing the door to signing the clean air pledge.
That's all right. We'll just go around the back. Sorry, we'll go around the back.
Wow. That's how bad Chevron doesn't want clean air. Look at this. Look at this. Can't even lock it fast enough. Come on. Come on. Oh, shit.
Chevron has closed the door to signing the clean air pledge.
About that.
Let's go get some tacos.
We tried.
We'll send them the QR code.
Holla. That's what it's called. Closing the door to signing the clean air pledge. Hey, can y'all say after me? They've closed the door. Say it.
They closed the door.
To signing the clean air pledge.
Signing the Clean Air Day pledge.
There we go. Signing up.
Yes. So I'm not sure how much of that was heard, but the clean air pledge is what we talked about. I'm going to show this one more time only because it shows the short clip of us today going to the refinery, asking them to sign it, and then we were pushed out in a way to say, no, they're not going to sign the pledge, and no, they're not feeling it or connecting with us in this way to see the importance of the refinery signing the draft of today's event, the day for today, which is the Clean Air Day, and signing the Clean Air paperwork, which is just to say, for our community at least, if you were for us in clean air, you wouldn't have to wait till your next oil spill or the next fire, which they've done and have paid millions, right? And we're saying, in the meantime, until we see that just transition happens, that there's no more biofuel, all this that we're working towards, that they signed the pledge today, and they said no. So on that note, with them saying no, they will not sign it, something else happened. And I want to show this last clip because the clip is significant. So listen up. This is what happened instead after we left their gates and asked them to sign. This is what ended up happening.
All right, let's
You guys shut the gate.
Sign that pledge. Sign that pledge.
Don't want to sign the pledge to clean the air. How about that? They would rather lock people away than sign a pledge to clean up the environment. This is what you get fucking with Chevron. Yo, check this out. They got white people. They got black people. Look at this. This is wild. Like, not everybody needs to breathe the air. Yo. Check it.
Sign that pledge. Sign that pledge. Sign that pledge.
Y'all not gonna sign the pledge? We just want y'all to sign the pledge. Y'all can't sign the pledge.
Chevron is signing the pledge. Chevron is closing the doors to signing the pledge.
Yo, that's deep, right?
Closing the door to signing the
Sign the
pledge.
pledge to get clean air. Look at this shit.
Chevron is closing the door to signing the clean air pledge.
That's all right. We'll just go around the back. Sorry, we'll go around the back.
Wow. That's how bad Chevron doesn't want clean air. Look at this. Look at this. He can't even lock it fast enough. Come on. Come on. Oh, shit.
Chevron has closed the door to signing the clean air pledge.
About that.
Let's go get them tacos.
We tried.
We'll send them the QR code.
Holla. That's what it's called. Closing the door to signing the clean air pledge. Hey, can y'all say after me? They've closed the door. Say it.
They closed the door.
To signing the clean air pledge.
Signing the Clean Air Day pledge.
There we go. Signing up.
Okay, so yes, we were able to, yes, thank you for listening to this segment, to really be live on some of this Black radical tradition, putting it in perspective, right? The first clip that you heard was the clip where we were on our bike ride, loving Rich City Rides as they do every Sunday, and we rode to the refinery, Chevron, which is here in the city, to not only to say, hey, we are celebrating today the Clean Air Act, the Clean Air Day, but giving the opportunity for Chevron to sign that with us this day, where they had an opportunity to say that despite the fires that we've had in our city, despite the oil spills, they can make a conscious choice to sign a pledge. And so we will be still sending them this note that we want them to sign the pledge. But as you saw, they closed the door on their opportunity to sign the Clean Air Ordinance and Pledge. So we are grateful for all of you all watching. This last part of our presentation for today is to show what else is happening in our area. We want to sometimes really go to the local things that are happening. And so since we were right here in Richmond, to talk about the Chevron Clean Air Day pledge writing that did not occur, we want now to bring to you the next best thing of our Bay that we celebrate. And this particular next thing is something, let's see if I have it, which celebrates the Uh-oh, I'm gonna see if I make sure I have all the video here. This celebrates the 55th anniversary of our, yeah, I think this is it. Yes. The 55th anniversary of something near and dear to me, but the 55th anniversary of the Black Panther Party. And so I am going to pull up on our screen just the opening ceremony that was held downtown Oakland. And this ceremony gives you all the highlights, all the love, all the information so that you can join for the rest of the week. So without ado, let's listen up to this opening ceremony of the Black Panther Party in Oakland.
But most of it is scattered in a vacuum. When you came through the door, in that front window facing out, is a Panther icon, ancestor, Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael. And one of the main things that he drove home was organization. He said, we're not outmanned or outgunned, we're out organized. And so it's our duty to organize our society. And what I do with my work is try to promote the concept and ideas of organization, African self-determination, revolutionary Pan-Africanism, and we organize in our communities with young people, with artists, particularly in the West Oakland area, an organization called Aerosol. It's an international organization of muralists and painters that work all over the globe. And our goal is to plant the seeds of revolution in the minds of struggling people, particularly African people. And one of the reasons we created this campaign was painting a 10-point platform in terms of the Black Panther legacy, again, is because this is necessary for us to do this work. The Panthers made a lot of gains. They also made a lot of mistakes. And a lot of people want to wave their finger at the mistakes that they made, but I'll tell you this. If you can't do at least what they did with the mistake, from some young people who were bold enough to take on the worst government empire to exist in human existence, to make the Roman Empire look like Boy Scouts. But young people here in Oakland who had enough imagination to see a world better than the one that was put in front of them. They didn't accept it. And that's something that I love about young people's imagination. You don't have to accept what is given to you if it doesn't serve your interests. You can imagine and create the world you want that's healthy and conducive to your growth. And I believe the Black Panther Party was a shining example of that. And as a Panther Cub, I feel the obligation to help promote that idea today. I don't want to spend all the time running off at the mouth, but I'm happy to entertain questions about the work that I do with some of the artists that anybody has. All right, cool. Sound like y'all got this. Everybody for coming. Thank you, my brother. It's good to see that the legacy lives on. Listen to the brother speak. It's like, it encourages me. Like he said, we were young. We were kids. Well, I actually didn't seem that way at the time. When I was a kid, I grew up in the Jim Crow South. Everything was segregated. Actually, first white people I was involved with was in the Marine Corps. Because talking about no consciousness, I joined the Marine Corps when I got to high school. And within 2 years, I was in Vietnam. receive one round from this village, you level it. That was our order. That's what we went in with. Not only did we see one round, 3 people got hurt. So, and it was one of our favorite sergeants. So we lost our mind. So, but this is the kind of craziness I was involved with. So then I get out of the Marine Corps and I come back home. Now I got to do something. Because I've been able to fight for people that don't care nothing about. I grew up in the South. Some days I felt like I was in the Ku Klux Klan. And the way we were burning and pillaging, and we get over there and say, oh, these guys are coming. We're going to save the Vietnamese from the communists. And we go into the village and people like this, and they were afraid of us, and they were like in fear. So I had to get that out of me. I had to do something. So when I came home, while we was in Vietnam, the Black Panther Party was formed, and we read everything. That's all we read about. So when I got out of the Marine Corps, that's the first thing I was looking for. So I landed in Washington, D.C. I had a bunch of drawings with me that I'd done while I was in jail. And of course, like most people in jail, I read Malcolm X. So I come out, big handful of drawings, go to the D.C. chapter, went there one day, and never left. We sent it down to the Ministry of Information, so I met my friend Julie over there, and we just put out papers, flyers, and posters, and started to do a lot of work educating people. One thing about the Black Panther Party, and this is under the guidance of Henry Douglas, is that when we did work, it was to tell a story. And everything we did was about educating people. We need to educate and listen. That's what we live by. That's what we educate and listen. So everything the Black Panther Party did, if you look at our newspaper, if you just read the titles, you got information. And we've done that on purpose. If you read that first paragraph, you got information. If you just went through the paper reading the titles and looking at pictures, you got an education. So it was designed around people and around educating people based on where we were and our education and our consciousness. And then when Huey came home, he had, if you notice the later papers, the type is bigger because a lot of others in prison is reading the paper, and because the type is so small, it's having trouble reading it. So we built the point size of the type. And that also not only helped me, but also helped older people. So the paper was always around, working in the community, educating the community. I mean, if you find an old paper, just look through it, you will have an idea of what's happening at the time. Now, Emory taught us a lot, because when I come out of the Marine Corps, I had been an illustrator in the Marine Corps. And what all I did was draw pictures. I didn't do like layout design. So Emory taught me how to do layout design. Now, when you see cut and paste on your computer, that was a real thing. That was a real thing. Type out the type, then you cut it out, flip it over, put wax on it, and paste it up. That's what it was. Cut and paste. Actually, cut out all the articles, cut out all the pictures, and you paste them on this big grid. Like perfect. Blue letters that was not photographed, so that you have a place to put big lines, grids, so that you put articles and whatever you're doing. So when you see cut and paste, that really happened. So we were doing it before there was the kind of equipment we have now. Like a lot of times we do the headlines, we had to rub out letters with the lecture set and a couple other companies that we cut out the letters. So it was a lot. When you say laying out the paper, that was work. Like I could lay out the newspaper on a computer with everything typed in like a day. Back then, it took a week. And she said we worked hard. Like we finished one paper, we might get some sleep, and the next day we were back on it for a week until we put it out. So it was like hard work. I mean, I'm telling you, living in modern times, modern technology, and we followed the technology. We didn't like as it moved up, we were right there with it. Whatever the next step was, we bought better equipment. But the Black Panther Party was, the newspaper to me was like one of the best experiences I've ever had. And then I got to work with some wonderful women. And I'll tell you, being educated daily by Elaine Brown, Eric Huggins, taught me a lot about being a man. And I know that probably doesn't sound strange to some people, but I really learned about women in a way that I probably would have never learned. Because they would ask me questions, and I would give them some man answer. And my education was hard. But they taught me a lot, and I was able to listen because it made me a better human being. I became a better person because of that experience. From my personal life, I learned about art from my father. My father did a drawing called The Wild Cow, and it was just fascinating what he did. And I was like, wow, what is that? And then his friends taught me how to shade, and then I just started drawing, and I've never stopped from that moment. I went to art school for about 5 minutes. I went to Corcoran. I went there to learn how to use airbrush. I learned how to use airbrush in my college through lessons. So once I learned how to use it, I never went back. So most of my work, if you can, from the day, I want to talk about this drawing in particular. Because this drawing right here was influenced by Sally. Because when she came, a lot of our early drawings were just flat, like flat lines, no color, no depth. And she did a couple drawings, and then it brought that out again. And I started drawing with more depth and started adding color and shading. So that was her influence, but she brought something to the paper. And so like shifted the art that we were doing. And I was thankful for that. And so, but after I left the party, it's hardly any of that art. There's a big gap in my art. I could fill up the gallery with the stuff I've done. But, and then, when I came out of the party, I started becoming like, we call it fine artist, hitting galleries and learning that whole thing. Some of these pieces were done with pen and ink and color pencil. And then one day, I discovered the computer. This drawing right here is actually 100% computer generated. The one behind you, the mask, is 100% computer generated, and these two Zen Panther drawings is 100% computer generated. So I'm stuck between. I'm caught in the modern world. It's hard for me to go back to painting the way I used to. So, but anyway, my life is going through a lot of different changes. But every day, I move through the world with the knowledge and the understanding I learned as a Panther. I never feel that although the Black Panther Party as an organization doesn't exist, but Panthers still exist. And Panthers are still doing the work that we've always done. Most of us are working I work in high school. We're working in the community. We're doing social service work. Those people that's always going to be there trying to help. Every job I've had since I've been on the party, except for one, was an art job. I used to work on the Yellow Pages, and the little cartoon you saw in the Yellow Pages. So, but everything I've done other than that has always been jobs like helping people in education, working. Like the brother said, we were young people, and we didn't like what was going on. And so we changed the world in a way that we're seeing. When I go to school, kids are getting free breakfast. There's a free medical clinic attached to our school. Women and children program is still around. So a lot of this work that we did still exists. People who very little about sickle cell anemia tell us. Sister named Mary Williams came in one day with the jet. She said, you know there's a disease that only affects black people called sickle cell anemia? And that began the sickle cell program that educated black people all over this country to the point where Nixon was so caught up in it, he gave Howard University millions of dollars to sickle cell research to offset the work that we did. But because of the Black Panther Party, that people are conscious about sickle cell anemia. But the thing is that we were just brothers and sisters in the community with an idea. We learned how to do sickle cell testing. We had one test, and then a brother named Valentine came down from Seattle, showed us an easier test. And so we were doing these medical tests. Brothers and sisters from the community, we were willing to do anything to help our people. We didn't, like they said, well, how did you all start this clinic? We just started. We said, why did you raise money? We did it as we go along. We found friends, people that agree with us, and they gave us money. We never thought that we couldn't do it. We never believed that we couldn't do it. Like there's a saying, we've been doing so much and so little for so long, we can do practically anything and nothing at all. And so this idea, well, you got to have all this money, you got to do all this fundraising, that's a modern myth. We couldn't think like that. Had the Black Panther Party thought like that, we wouldn't have done anything. So we just started. We found the first step, and we took the second step, and the next thing we were successful. So the Black Panther Party, the idea of the Black Panther Party is still around. Young people, it's your world. We made a lot of mistakes, learned from our mistakes, but we have way more success than mistakes. And if young people today, if they can do it, learn anything from us, step up, stand up, and do what's necessary. You don't have to worry about it. Just say you will, and it will work. And thank you guys.
Okay, last but not least is Mr. Emory Douglas, Minister of Culture of the Black Panther Party and Chief Artist. Emory, step forward. After Emory speaks, anybody have any questions? That's the time to do it. All right, Brother Emory.
I've had a shot. It's an honor to be here and to be a part of the contribution of my comrades here who have spoken before I did. Unfortunately, I just couldn't get here due to the traffic. I will touch on the highlight, the beginning, how I got involved with the Black Panther Party and in relationship to getting involved with the production of the newspaper itself. I became involved about transition out of the Black Arts Movement in late January 1967, about 3 months after the inception of the organization. And I recall I was asked to come to a meeting in San Francisco where they were planning to bring Sister Betty Shabazz to the area. And there's some brothers and sisters who worked at that time, just like today. We had holiness murders always being justified, young people trying to figure out what to do. And I was working with a collective with brothers and sisters. One of those was Ken Jones, one of the San Francisco way, which we go way back. And he said he had went to the meetings that they were planning. He said they need some, and being in the Black Arts Movement, which was a broad movement during that time. He came to me and said that they were planning a meeting to bring Sister Betty Shabazz to the area, and they wanted me to do the artwork for that, for the central basic poster of the valley. Going fast forward, they said it was a brother coming from Oakland who said he would do security for that event. When they came over to the next meeting, that was Huey Newton and Bobby Seals, and a few of the little Bobby Hutton and a few of the Panthers, First Sky Group Collective. It was after that meeting that I asked Huey about how I could join. I didn't, and they gave me business cards. They gave me cards, and I contacted Huey. He was living on Telegraph at that time, and then I used to contact, make an appointment, go by his house, hang out in the community. He was introduced me to folks who go by Bobby Seals' house. That was my beginning of my transitioning from being involved in Black Arts Movement into the Black Panther Party. Going fast forward to about April 1967, I recall going to they had also during that process, they were trying to recruit Elvis Cleveland. They knew of him as a writer in the prison, but they never knew how to get in contact with him. So here, when Sister Betty, Elvis Cleveland was the one who had to write a letter on behalf of the committee that was trying to bring Sister Betty Shabazz here, because she was not responding. When Elvis wrote the letter, that's when she responded, and she agreed to come. So when Huey and Bobby and them met her as the security at the San Francisco airport, can you imagine? Going to the airport with security, going to the airplane, escorting off the plane. You can do that. There's documentation of it. And the first place she wanted to go was to North Beach to connect with Eldridge Cleaver, because she knew he was the father of Malcolm X and Free, and that was the reason why she came. That became the connection between Huey, Bobby, and Eldridge. That they were trying to find out where he was, but they had no way. It just so happened to play out like that. So Eldridge was on parole, so therefore he couldn't be accused in violation of his parole when they were trying to recruit him to work on the Black Panther newspaper. But because he worked for Rampart magazine, which was a progressive magazine, a liberal magazine, they allowed him to cover the Panthers as a reporter for Rampart. Therefore, he was not in violation of his parole. That's why you see him in the early days always hanging around with the Panthers, because he was given that privilege. And they used to cut it up with him off and on, trying to encourage him in relationship to his picking his mind about the paper and the visions that they had. And I remember Eldridge was staying at the Black House, which is cultural located in San Francisco. And Eldridge stayed upstairs. All the cultural stuff went downstairs. Malcolm X was coordinating a lot of the cultural stuff along with San Francisco State students and Mary Barack, Sonia Sanchez, and Stokely Come. All those folks used to come through there. And one day I went through there, and there was Bobby sitting at the table. Now this was early, this was about mid to early April, and Bobby was sitting at the table, and what had happened, Eldridge he was downstairs with him, and he was working on this first paper, that legal side tabloid sheet of paper on Denzel Down about Richmond, California. And I had been going to City College taking a commercial art. And I seen what he doing when I came in. I said, well, I can go get my materials to help you improve the material that I had from City College working on, because I took up commercial art. That's my own professional training at City College. And so I told him I would go get the material to come back. By the time I came back, he said, we finished with this, but you seem to be committed. You've been hanging out, coming around, and we're going to start our own newspaper. And our paper's going to be able to tell our story from our perspective. It'll be our point of view. It'll be like the government sword. It'll be praise you on the one hand and criticize you on the other. And it says, they had no vision. It says, you will be the revolutionary artist for the paper. And eventually you're going to have a whole cultural ministry, and we want you to become the minister of culture. So they had this whole vision about the paper. The first paper was about tabloid sheet of paper. Tabloid was about Sacramento. When we went to Sacramento to observe the legislation in relationship to when they were trying to change the local gun ordinance. They got these racist white wing assemblymen to begin to push to change the law, because here blacks were challenging and illegal, standing legal distance away, observing the rest, explaining to young people who were being arrested their rights. And the Bible says the name, address, phone number, and take the Fifth Amendment, and let them know that sometime, if we could, we'll come down and bail them out. And in that context, it was highly frustrating to them. They couldn't deal with that. Because you were doing the law, they were explaining the law, have our constitutional right to stand legal distance away without interference, and therefore they couldn't deal with that. So they wanted to change the local gun order. So that's why I went to Sacramento to observe the legislation that was being passed, and that they were making an effort to pass. But now how I went to Sacramento was that I went by the Black House the night before. And Elton still was in the house of Eldridge, and took place like Eldridge Cleaver at that time. And when I got ready to leave, he said, we're going to Sacramento tomorrow. Do you want to go? I said, yes. He said, okay, well, you have to be here at 8:45 in the morning. But when we went to Oakland, a lot of people think that when they see Sacramento, all they see is they claim a whole black men and black houses. But this was a coalition. There were Panthers and non-Panthers who wanted to get justice for the murder. Hence, he had a group of young brothers out of East Coast that he was organizing, who also were part of the delegation. So this was a collective delegation. But also, when we went, there was a discussion before we were going, why we were going to Sacramento. We weren't going there for the gun play. We were going there to observe legislation that was being passed. And to also to give brief executive mandate number 1, which is about the prison camps, the concentration camps in the USA. We call it prison camps, the prison industrial complex today. So that's what we're talking. That's what was the plan, the strategy. The reason why Bobby Seale and Huey Newton both didn't go, because they felt what we would then call a colossal event. We allowed news, all that might happen, and they need, because it's still an empty state. So there needs to be somebody behind to deal with the press. So when Huey and Bobby, I guess the elders know, elected together at that time to discuss how to work out. It was Bobby who led the delegation, and Huey who stayed here, stayed behind to deal with the press. So we all got in the cars, guns in the we took the gun, but they went in the trunk of the cars. So we got to the state capitol, then you took them out, and we went on to the Capitol grounds. At that time, it so happened that the Ronald Reagan, who later became the President of the United States, was standing about to hear the guy was just happened to have a press conference. And all the press seen the path was coming, and they gravitated to where we were. At that time, Bobby Seale read the executive mandate, explained why we were there, and just read that executive mandate number 1. Thereafter, the press knew that we were trying to find changes to go into observe the legislation. It was thereafter that they began to open the doors. We didn't, like you've seen in D.C., they opened the door, and they let us into the building. We didn't force our way into the building. We didn't violate any law. We went illegally with the press. We couldn't find where the chambers were, so people started asking the press now, and it was up on the 2nd floor. So we walked through and went up on the 2nd floor, and as we went into the chambers where the laws were being passed, the first one went was the press. First thing they said is, get the press out of here. And after that, the councils were walking in, they said, get your guns out. Everybody turn around and leave. When we leave, we go out on the Capitol grounds. We're there for about 10, 15 minutes. Then we leave and go to a filling station. About 2 or 3 blocks away, get gas, got a gun, still trying to put it in the trunk. This police, white police coming around this motorcycle. You see all these black men with these guns. Next thing you know, you got helicopters coming down on it, the whole bit. They take the guns when they come. They call all kinds of names, disrespect us, take the guns. They jam them up so that we'll be in violation of the local ordinances, gun ordinance, so that we'll be under charges or what have you. To make a long story short, we're just going back and forth to court. They didn't know all who had guns. They knew some, they knew Bobby Hutton, I think this point Bobby Seale, and a couple of them, but they didn't know who all had guns, who didn't have guns. And they didn't have a case, so they wanted to take it. And because at that time, the impact of that, we had people calling from all over the country wanting to be panelists and wanting to join how to join the panelists. This is still implemented daily. And so what happens is that they said, well, we got to do this. We're going back and forth. We got to do a lot of, we ain't got a large contract at this time. We need a lot of physical work that needs to be done. So we agreed to make the agreement. The agreement was to agree to a misdemeanor violation, a gun violation, and there would be non-probation. We would have to come back and forth to report to a police officer, and that's what we agreed. But they didn't know. Bobby said they didn't know who all had guns, so they needed 7 to 11 people to plead, and he picked me as one of those to plead to the charges. Along with other brothers who were charged were there. And so what happened, we went to court, and we went into court, and he said, and when the judge said, so y'all stand up, he said, how do y'all
our plea and we said guilty and turn around to walk out and the judge, no, y'all going to jail. Well, I went to jail. So that was the beginning. For a lot of folks who didn't realize how hypocritical the system is. And so it was thereafter that the first paper was done about Sacramento. Now, when we got arrested, only, like I said, there were men and women there. Only time you will see a glance of a woman was at the filling station. That's very quickly. It was Artie Seals, then Bobby Seals' wife, which was there with us at that time. So but there were other women and cameras who were there at Sacramento. So this was a very diverse delegation during that particular time. It was there. Now, going back to working on the first issue of the paper, we used to work out initially we started working out of Elvis Cleaver's studio apartment. He was staying at his lawyer house, and we started. Then he moved and got his own studio apartment. And so we used to work out of his studio apartment in San Francisco. Then we didn't have no layout tables. And we didn't have we just worked on the light. We used random, we didn't have any, except for the few materials, the things line that had from City College that I knew how to use at that time. So those were the things that we used to put the paper together. There was a sister named Andrea who was that Elvis set it up and knew who would come in and we used to type it on typewriters, the text. We used to use the prefabricated headline stuff to rub off to make the letters for the paper. All that. That was the process. It was like a portable operation. We could pick it up and take it with us anywhere we went to. And that was the reference of the Vietnamese when they used to crank out those flyers, the propaganda that went on the warfare, the crime out, and they could take it with them and move on. So that's what kind of operation we had in the beginning. We used to, at some places, we used to use what we had laid out the paper then. We would use those horses and put a table, smooth door on top of it if we needed to lay out stuff and those kinds of things. So that was the early phase of the Black Panther Party newspaper that evolved, along with the production of all the other materials that we did, that we collected, to where it became a 24-hour, 7-day a week, 365-day-a-year operation at its height. So I'll stop there and thank you.
For about 20 minutes, we got a Q&A. And any of the artists are here, they can answer questions. Anybody have any questions? Come on now. Boom.
I have a question. There's a paper that you did, Emory, on revolutionary artists. And I wonder, in a present day sense, what is your understanding what it means to be, or what it should mean to be a revolutionary artist?
Well, that was on-the-job training, and it was about understanding what revolution was about by change, and by any means necessary, like Malcolm X said. So we learning from those who have intellectual insight and understanding, you begin to grasp that and formulate into your artwork. You have a deeper knowing on just the fact of how you've been confronted and lived and been abused by the police and observed on a daily basis. Young brothers out of life doing stop, being profiled, called this black, all those kinds of things. Murders took place, not always being justified. So you have you may have a deeper feeling and understanding, but then you begin to get the opportunity to interpret and express it in your work and give them the platform. You know, then you go through the political education classes, but your guidelines is a 10-point platform and program of what we want and what we believe about quality of life issues. That's about revolutionary change. That's about revolutionary. So the art is a reflection of the politics that exists. The art is about the social condition, the quality of life issues. In that context, the art
For me, that's what the revolutionary art meant in that context. About change. Politics, change can be relevant, change can be irrelevant. It can be good, it can be pleasant, it can be unpleasant. You have to understand that context as well when you analyze what you're doing, how you reflect it in your art. So you have to have a basic understanding of issues as well. You have to be informed. And so how you can interpret that. And you have to listen to the feelings and the expressions of the people. And feel that in your artwork. Express that in your artwork. If you're talking about doing revolutionary art, social justice art, and what have you.
Now, I had a question from one of the younger people, and they were asking about the lumping role in the party. Now, the lumping, if you didn't know, was a Black Panther Party singing group. The name was short for lumping. We call it lumping because it related to the lumpen proletariat. So that's how the lumping came about. But they were a revolutionary group that was discovered by Emory Douglas at distribution one Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night in the Black Panther Party in San Francisco, our newspaper came out. Panthers from all over the region would emerge in San Francisco. True to form like black people start singing and make the work go along fast. So these brothers started singing songs, and one day Emory heard them singing these revolutionary songs. And he talked to the committee about them being an educational tool because of the impact of music on black people. And that's how the lumping came about. They were around for about a year. They cut one record called Free Bobby Now, 1970, 71. They went on a national tour. Different groups had songs with them, you know, opened up for him like the Grateful Dead and different groups like that. And they were the last person on stage, you know. So the Lumpin was a group that the Black Panther Party developed. There was a band that went with that group. Many members of that band went to other bands, like one of the bass players went to the Whispers, another guitar player went to a new group called Shaka Khan and Rufus at the time. Another member named Myron Williams, he was the drummer. He was just inducted into California Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's also the cousin to Lenny Williams and also plays behind Lenny Williams' band. So there was a lot of diverse musicians around the Black Panther Party carrying out the thought and education of the Black Panther Party. Like, the paper was a weapon to educate, the lumping was a group to educate. The words, the things, the phrases, what they talked about, revolutionary music, you know, that concept and put it, not only it took the beat from Motown, took the beat from whoever, but changed the revolutionary content in it. The Shepherd Brothers in that same group. Shepherd Brothers was in this other group called the Vanguard. And part of the Vanguard, they had a group called Cold Steel, Hot Lead, and Big Blood. Old school out here. So the Black Panther Party had many ways to educate people. Besides going door to door, the newspaper, music, our clinics. We had 13 free medical clinics, 2 which are still to this very day. One in Seattle, Washington, called the Carroll Downstream Medical Clinic, named after the sister that was in the party who died of breast cancer. And also there was a clinic called Fred Hampton Memorial Dental Clinic in Portland. Now, when the county took over that clinic, we quickly changed the name to Fred Hampton. Right. So there's different parts of the Black Panther Party legacy going. You know, there's no city in America that don't support free breakfast programs. There's no city in the country that don't support free escort service to senior citizens or have buses to go into prison. All of that was sprung from the Black Panther Party. As every word showed, we had a busing program, taking families of prisoners to visit the loved ones, to keep that family unit together. You know, because other than this busing program, a guy might see his family only twice a year. But now, the family can come once or twice a year, depending upon the bus schedule. You know, we had a free ambulance as well in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The county hospital refused to send the ambulance into the black community in Winston-Salem after dark. So the ministers there and the Black Panther Party went and bought them a brand new ambulance. And the Black Panther Party members went to school for 8 weeks to become technicians, learning the ability to keep people alive until they got into the county hospital. They delivered many babies. You know, they addressed many wounds, people began getting cut and hurt at their homes. Free food program. Black Panther Party was known for giving out food. 10,000 free bags at one time. And at the same time we were doing that, we were registering people to vote. We were doing sickle cell anemia. So if you came to one of our events, you could leave with a bag, food with chicken in every bag. You could leave registered to vote, and you could be tested for sickle cell anemia. So the Black Panther Party's legacy would never die because those examples are set in rock. Any questions?
Thinking about the power legacy of artifacts and memory, it's really kind of chilling being here in this room with this much flesh and bone history. So I'm curious, Ms. Henry, what item or artifact do you have from the Black Party movement that you kept within your own private stash?
I don't think he heard you. Ask the question again. I don't think he heard you.
You hear me? Oh. What do you have from the Black Party, the Black Panther Party, that you kept for your own personal stash? What kind of artifact or historical item have you kept that's one of your prized possessions from the movement?
What are my private possessions for the movement?
Yes.
Well, I couldn't say. I don't have a personal private possession. All of it is being part of it is a prized possession. Yeah.
Keep any for yourself personally?
Would you keep any like artifacts? Oh, do I have artifacts myself? Yeah. Well, no, because I do have some, but you know, I have files, digital files of the work and stuff. That's how I was able to put the book out of the work, the contribution, you know, in that context.
And none of it here.
Huh?
You don't have none of it with you. It's all at home.
No, yeah, but Bill is a collector. He has a whole lot of stuff. A lot of different collectors have prints, posters, materials of their own. You know, people became collectors afterwards and during that process, you know. Because I remember Billy and others who, well, when they put out the word that they were looking for material, they were getting calls from people you wouldn't believe of who had stuff in their basement that you didn't think. I remember my son was out there in the boondocks going to Shasta, Shasta somewhere to the university near Oregon, and he had some friends. He went to their house. And this white folk, and he went to their house and said, "Are you the son of Emory Douglas?" So you know, it's out there. People know about history, the art, all that. They got all that, a lot of stuff. They come from everywhere. They got tons of things.
Well, over the last 20 years, you and I have traveled around the world. We did exhibits in Africa, Tanzania, we went to Portugal, we did exhibits in London and Manchester, Emory has gone to Australia, I don't know how many times. And he must have an apartment over in New Zealand. And he's over there 27. But he's known throughout the world. You know, people know who he is. And from London to Africa, you know. And my job is related to the Black Panther Party. I'm an artist. I keep all the records of the Black Panther Party newspapers, the folders, the memos, the inter-party memorandums, all those things that are connected to the party. Not just from Oakland, but the 48 offices we had around the country. So there's a lot of information related to the Black Panther Party that still hasn't came out yet. Our story's still being written. People are just now finding out about a guy named Brad Lomax. Brad Lomax, Black Panther Party member, handicapped, in a wheelchair, helped bring about the Disability Act in 1977. True. And that story was just told in the New York Times 4 months ago. So our story is still being written. You know, there's many things about the Black Panther Party not known to the general public. But it will be, as long as people like yourself and myself educate everybody. You know, and it's all about each one teaching. Question?
To follow that, I think what you have officially done is pass the baton, because it is not just your responsibility to educate our it's important for this generation to be involved in what's going on, to continue to further educate ourselves, our children, so that we can keep passing on the legacy of Black Panthers. And we don't have to wait for the New York Times to tell the story. We are the storytellers, so it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Hi, how you doing? Some of the prints that are back here have like poems on them. Did you write them?
Excuse me?
I'm pointing out that the prints that are back here, some of them have poems on them, and I was wondering if you wrote those poems.
No, the poems are as is, they probably came from the Black Panther Party newspaper or something like that. Like, around this corner, people haven't been in, there are maybe about 25, 24 photos, and mostly related to the Black Panther Party newspaper. They were taken by Reefer One's dad, most of them. He's our chief photographer for the Black Panther Party newspaper. And most of the photos back there are related to the Black Panther Party newspaper. Either people publishing the paper, people working on the paper, or people trying to get the paper out. But some of the artwork back there is straight out of the paper. So, any other questions? If not,
This is one for all the artists that are here. I was wondering what your artistic inspirations are.
I didn't understand the question.
I was wondering what are some of your artistic inspirations?
what are some of your artistic inspirations?
For me, you know, it's the community, people around, and I tried to record, like when I was in the Black Panther Party paper, and you know, working for the Panther Party, record what is going on around us, you know, and the desire to change, you know, and do it whatever, however I can help that happen. The main thing is to help it by communicating with you all so that you want to do some change, do a change.
For me, it was, it's like art in general. I love art all over the world. I look at everybody's art. Sometimes I want to say something. Sometimes I just want to draw a picture. Sometimes I just want to enjoy drawing and experiencing it. It's just a pure moment. Putting a pencil or stylus to the screen. I want to do just that. I've always, and there, to me, and it ends up, sometimes it ends up being a message, and that's not sometimes how I feel. I was inspired, the first artist to really inspire me was my father, and then after that, Elizabeth Catlett and Charles White. When I saw those two, it was like, whoa, this is, and it just spoke to me. And I also was inspired by Salvador Dali and Renee McGree and Modigliani and all the old, you know, because their work was there, and I was inspired by that. I'm not going to act like that because I felt that, you know, art is art. And so, but most of the time, I'm thinking, sometimes I draw with purpose, like this one over here, I will never forget. But that actually came to me, I was at a play, and they kept showing the boat. They kept showing the slave ship. And then and that image came into my mind. So sometimes it's like that, and then sometimes they can draw something about something, and then I'll do it. Because I started off as an illustrator, and maybe I was running too fast.
Women, like,
I mean, it could almost go without saying. Excellent question. My inspiration, you looking at it. And I think it's important to point that out because as a child, the imagery of the Black Panther Party was some of the first art I ever saw as a human being, period. And so it has a significant impact on my psyche, how I think, how I see the world, how I see myself, and looking at the world through a radical critical lens. And so I'm saying, I'm drawing attention to that just to say that as artists, contemporary artists, we have a role and a responsibility to plant seeds of And we have a cultural revolution, which the party also talked about and showed us some of the historical aspects connected to Mao and China's cultural revolution. But an African cultural revolution today, which our young people are begging us for, we can change the conditions of our people. Some of the young artists I work with are here today that I've been working with since they were children. But I'm saying that just to say that my inspiration in terms of art was the Black Panther Party. And you can see it in some of the work. The conditions still exist. The vision must still exist.
All right. Questions, my friend? Well, if we don't have any more questions, the artists will be around, so you might get tap them on the shoulder if you don't want to ask them questions aloud. But they're going to be here for a while, so enjoy yourself. All power to the people. Need anything, let me know.
Wait, can I say one thing? It's not really important. When Malik was talking and giving the details of how the paper was made, a lasting memory for me was Emory taught us how to do a dummy. Remember the dummy of the newspaper? And we all took turns learning how to put what they call a dummy of the newspaper, and then we would just take that dummy and follow it and make the actual large newspaper. But we all learned it. We learned everything in there. He taught everybody everything. And even I guess you could call them non-artists, but they would put collages together. Everybody participated. They contributed to the back page, inside, the front. And my favorite memory that sticks really well is the dummy.
Okay, and another thing that is very rarely covered in the legacy and history of the Black Panther Party newspaper is in 1969, we had a big Free Huey rally at then the federal building was in San Francisco. Now it's in Oakland, but back in 69 it was in San Francisco. We had a big rally for Huey, but at the same time, in the Mission District, police was harassing Chicano people, right? And as a result, one cop got killed and another cop was injured, and they rounded up the nearest people they could find to blame this on. So it became known that they arrested 7 Latino brothers, and they were known as Lossy Ethnic. Lossy Ethnic, the 7. They didn't have a committee, they didn't have a newspaper. But Emory, with the help of Emory, the Black Panther Party, for 5 issues of the Black Panther Party newspaper, we let them use the back of the Black Panther Party newspaper. So if you have a 1969 Panther paper, you turn it over, it's going to be in Spanish. Right? We let them do that, and Emory taught their country how to lay out their paper so they can have their own paper. And Basquiat came out a couple of years after the fact, you know. So that's a sign of solidarity that's unknown to a lot of people, but we put our theory into practice, social practice.
Yeah.
Anything else? Question? We enjoy art.
What was the criteria on being a Black Panther? Like, what did you have to do? What was the criteria on being a Black Panther?
The question is, what is the criteria of being a Black Panther? When I joined the Black Panther Party in 1968, we had to go through a 6-week training, right? First of all, they didn't give, first you walk through the door and say, I want to join. You didn't get no gun. That was the last thing you got. You got the reading of the 35 books. France Fanon, you know, books by Che Guevara. You had to read the Red Book on a daily basis. Parents had to read 2 hours a day by themselves. Parents had to go to political education class twice a week. Parents had to learn gun safety. They had to go to the range to learn how to shoot. Every parent was given a geographical location to go work door to door in. My area was Brookfield and Brain Park. I know some hardcore people in the kids. I got much respect down in Brookfield. Even to this very day. But every parent had to go through that training, you know, door to door, learning how to reload and things like that. You know, selling the paper. Because in the very beginning, all we had was the Black Panther Party. That was our method of education. You know, you sold the paper, and some of the photos in the back, you see young kids selling the Black Panther Party newspaper. Everybody was selling the Panther paper. And for young people in the community, that was a way to earn money. They were going to the breakfast program, but in our community, you might not have an allowance. You know, your funds might be short. So young people sold the Black Panther Party newspaper for money. You sold the paper sold for 25 cents. The seller keeps $1. So a young kid can go to the co-op in Berkeley or wherever, sell 50 papers. That's $5 in 1968, 1969 money. $5 back in those days, the young kid could rule the world. You know, so it was a financial support as well. Because I spoke to Danny Glover one time. Danny Glover was a student at San Francisco State College. He told me he used to go to the Panther office every week to give him 100 papers so he could sell on campus. Because that $10 he would make would subsidize his living. Wow. So multiply that throughout the whole country, because the Black Panther Party was cranking out 250,000 papers per week on all campuses. We were hit like a cylinder. That's why the FBI tried to close us down. We were educating too many people. We were putting out, we were selling more papers than Ebony Magazine in Jet. You know, when you went to the barber shop, you looked over on the table, you'll see a Jet, an Ebony, and a Panther paper. We were that common. They tried to get rid of us because we were educating people. But
I remember Huey always carried like, I call it like a little black legal book. And he was able to use that to teach us how to write. And we had a right to, you know.
Right. Well,
along with the red book and
what he's talking about was at the time of the party at the very beginning. Huey was a law student with the Hastings and with the Lane College at night. Huey learned law procedure. And he learned it from one of the top pigs in the country. That one of the top pigs got an Ed Meese. Some of you guys, at that time, he was assistant DA in Alameda County. When Ronald Reagan got elected governor, Ronald Reagan made him Attorney General of California. When Ronald Reagan got elected president, he made him Ed Meese Attorney General of the United States of America. So Huey's information for procedure is solid, because we learned that when the police says you got to disperse, you don't have to disperse. All you have to be is 8 to 10 feet away from that officer. We could carry a gun in there, because during that time, California was an open carry state. You know, we can carry gun laws. There wasn't a bullet in the chamber. We would carry a law book with us wherever we went. But history has dissected that law book out of our hands. All you see is that gun. But we roll up on the cop. If he was doing something incorrect, we would read the law to him. And at that time, there was a new law in 1966, 67. What name was that law? Come on, somebody tell me. The Miranda. The Miranda was a new law instituted in the years the Black Panther Party started, but they wouldn't practice it on black people. They were still kicking black people. But they were telling you you had a right and you have to talk to the police. That's what the Black Panther Party came in and did. You know? So the Black Panther Party stood on legal ground. That's why we never had an incident. That's why they tried to go to Sacramento over our heads to change the law of carrying guns in the public. But anyway, there's many stories about the Black Panther Party. More. There's a lot on our website. But right now, I'd like y'all to enjoy the gallery here, network with some of the people here, talk to Emery, Malik, Reefer, and Gail. Have a good time. All power to the people.
Tile 3. There you go.
You don't have to mask on, Joy.
Yeah. I'm having
Yes, to me, like,
yeah, get your hand.
that's why they.
But you have to scoot back so they can get the shot. Sure. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's cool.
All right.
Yeah, I went to Seattle.
So here you have it. We have shown the last part of our video for tonight. 2 wonderful appeals. One for those who knows about the Clean Air Act and the importance of those of us that have joined in to already talk about organizations like Rich City Rides, the Climate Justice Alliance, Listening Project, Communities for a Better Environment, Red, Black, and Green New Deal, all these efforts and today's efforts through the Black-led hands of the cooperative Rich City Rides, going to confront the systems of oppressions in a way where we went through the gate to have them sign the pledge and the door was closed for clean air. The second part, as you know, was the exhibit to hear right from those freedom fighters, those that have started the movements for us. When we look at what's happened in 2020 with the uprising, when we look at what's happened since the Black Lives Matter has started, when we look before then, even with the civil rights, giving homage. We are grateful for the 55th anniversary of the Black Panther Party. And you saw the footage of yesterday's exhibit on what really conspired, what they did not tell us. Some of you listen to only the media. And if the media did not come from us, by us, for us, the story will never be told. So please, again, watch, be a part of some of the activities that the 55th Black Panther Party is engaging in. Their celebration is October 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Yesterday was the Joyce Gordon Art Gallery, and it's also going to be the Geoffrey Inner Circle Jazz Club, the Bobby Hutton Park. All of these things are free for public discussions. The special exhibit that was opened where I was in, there's also another one October 24th, a Zoom conference, and it's called Unveiling. We will have the unveiling of the Dr. Huey Newton Memorial Bus. All this, you can find more information at www right there on our and I think that is wrong how it is spelled. Please let me update. I'm checking that out now. It looks like it should say www.b 50th. Please make those corrections. Again, www.bpp55th year celebration.com. I think we've got it now. Let others know that October 1st through the 31st, just like I showed some of the artwork on the wall, please go and buy. You know, some of you have been getting money from if it's, to help your family, to pay your rent, and then you have extra stuff. Going to get groceries is one thing. Put some of that money also, not to maybe buying some things online, but buying some of the artwork that you saw that I showcased. That number at the Joyce Gordon Art Gallery is 510-465-8928. And that exhibit is going to be up from October 1st until the 31st. And then the next event is October 21st, which is about 11 days away. And that's at the New Parkway Theater. And we're going to meet Charlotte O'Neill. That's going to be the screening. Meet Charlotte O'Neill. That starts at 7:30 p.m. Again, that's at the New Park Theater. On the 22nd, we have the reopening and celebration of All Good Bakery. First office location of the BP Black Panther Party that started in 1967 is when they opened up their doors. And so this is the 55th anniversary. They're at 56 and Martin Luther King, and their reopening and celebration, good pies, oh my goodness. I love to go in there and grab all the goodies that they have. That is from noon to 3, October 22nd. The 55th year celebration, October 23rd, Bobby Hutton Park, the Defemery Park at 1651 Adeline, will be from 11 a.m. to 4. On the 23rd, also the 55th anniversary Black Panther Party photo exhibit, which will be at the West Oakland Library. And that's 18th and Adeline, right across the street from the Bobby Hutton Park. And that's going to also be from 11 to 4. Same time, right across the street. Check out the photo exhibit there. And then the 24th, we commemorate the ending of the celebration of the October Black Panther Party History Month. And October 24th is the unveiling of the Huey Newton Memorial Bust, and that's at the 9th and Center Street. 9th and Center Street in West Oakland. And that will be held right there at Dr. Huey Newton. As we've already know, we've changed the name, and Mandela Parkway. And that will be from 11 to 3. Please find your cards, check them out. This information will be found again at www.bpp55year celebration.com. That's like in the Black Panther Party 55th year celebration. We are here again. Grateful, gratitude for those of you all that know we may not be able to be here 365 days of a year. We are trying our hardest to know that it's needed to have 24/7, 365 days of the year, not 25,600 minutes. We can't do that. In selling political education, we are the Parable of the Sower Intentional Community Cooperative. We are grateful. And remember, it is always all of ours duty to fight for freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our change.